Hey everybody, welcome to How I See It with Kevin Levrone, brought to you by Levrone Nutrition. Alternate title for this episode is Ask Kevin 11, because this is number 11. We've been doing these for 11 weeks now, thanks to Kevin.
Yeah, thank you, Ron.
Welcome back. You are all done with your extensive international traveling. You know, the next time you leave the country will be to compete, right?
You see the name on this? What does that say?
BCAA Defender.
Defender, baby. So that's what it's all about. I got my Defender gear on, getting ready, brother. I've been focused, zoning in, got my mind straight, got my artillery laid out.
Yeah.
Day 2 for preparation, man. That's what it's all about.
So
focus.
Everyone checking out your Instagram, which is Kevin Levrone. I saw you're already back to sleeping on the floor. Is that right?
Yeah.
So how does that work? Are you on like a cold wood, or is there a bedroll, or what are you sleeping on exactly?
There's a room that I have that's completely empty. There's no furniture in it at all, and just on the floor. I do have a blanket. That's about it.
So a hard-ass wooden or tile or whatever marble floor.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to be the one to rain on your parade here, but if you want to get good rest or recovery, shouldn't it be on like one of those cool $10,000 mattresses?
No, because it's too comfortable. It's too comfortable. This whole process actually is about going through the pain, going through the suffering, going through without things, going through sacrifice. You can't be worrying about having a full stomach and eating good. You can't be worrying about being in a comfort zone when you actually got to go and do battle. For me, I'm preparing myself mentally and physically to go through what I need to go through to endure the pain of my workouts, the pain of just the soreness, the pain of distancing myself from society and dealing with everyday normal activity, which involves people. So I go to bed, I shut things down about 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then I get up about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning when nobody's around moving or anything like that. And it's just peaceful and quiet, and I could do what I need to do.
So what time of day are you training? Just curious.
Starts about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh. Because I assume you have to be back in time to take Gabe to school and all that?
Yeah, he has to be at school at 8.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you're cool. You're sleeping. You're getting good sleep on the floor. I'd be concerned that you weren't getting restful sleep.
It's been something I've always done, so very familiar with it.
Okay.
Actually, it's comfortable. You don't wake up with back pains or nothing because the floor is very, very solid. It's a very solid foundation. So for me, it's normal.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll right into some questions from the fans. The first one is Dan Dillon, a.k.a. the mayor of bodybuilding, retired New York City cop. We talked about Dallas a long time ago. He passed away. It's been, 4 or 5 months. It's been a while, but the autopsy just came out, so obviously everyone's talking about it again. He would like to know your thoughts on the death of Dallas and the more is better mentality in the sport. And, I don't know if you saw some of these posts, but people are putting up all these crazy cycles that supposedly he was on. Obviously, if they're all different, then they can't all be correct, right? So,
first of all, it's a sad moment for us, for his family, in a huge loss. And I said this one time before. As far as the society and what people do and say these things and crazy things, I don't really intermix with all that stuff. I think it's disrespectful to even assume what somebody's doing or what they've done.
Yeah.
I think people just need to worry about themselves and what they're going to do with themselves to better their lives and their situation, and not try to assume what somebody's doing or point the finger.
Yeah. I mean,
that's my take on it.
Does it really bother you that some of the stuff being posted? Anyone that knows anything about how the drugs are used and everything knows that some of these things are being claimed they're not even possible. It would be literally like a gallon of oil injected into the human body every week. which is it's just not even possible. So I mean, people are just taking this and running with it and making, exaggerating for their own agendas, basically, which is I also find kind of disturbing.
I think it's disrespectful for the sport, and but here we are. We're in a world and society where the media has opened up a channel for people to voice their opinions negatively any way that they can and be heard through social media. That's a downside to it. As far as where we're at, and we just gotta just not pay attention to that kind of stuff, rhetoric, and I don't get involved with it. I don't spend my life and time on boards and stuff like that. I just focus on soaring high, flying high above all of the negativity, man.
Right on. So Dan wants to know, do you get a lot of emails from young bodybuilders seeking advice? I imagine you do.
I do, yes. And the first thing I tell them is just get the experience, learn about your body, learn what works best for you as far as your training. Go to every end that you possibly can to learn about what is best for you. Whether it's a 3-on workout and a 1-off, or whether you do push-pull or whatever it is, you have to find out what works for you. That's what I did, and that's what all the other pros did. And Sean Ray, let's take someone who has a different approach to training than I do. Sean is a high-volume guy. If you ever went and worked out with Sean Ray loves reps and reps and reps, and he attacks the muscle and has less rest between sets. For me, when I get into my thing, I am a low volume guy, heavy load, heavy weights with rest in between when I want to put on the size and mass. So we all have our approaches of what works for our bodies.
Yeah, because I mean, clearly you were both among the very best of your eras. So
yeah.
Your style
when I say it, not saying one way is better than the other. We're just saying that's what we're familiar with and that's what works. We always go to familiarity when you want, what works for you.
Yeah.
So that's why for me right now, I'm in the zone and I got to go to that place right now, mentally. So
Exile Fitness, everybody. Exile Fitness. Check it out.
That's right. Talk about Exile Fitness. Bobby, it's good to be back in the house. Big shout out to these guys right here. Gripped Audio. Another big shout out to my sponsor. These boys, Gorilla. These are the shoes. Gorilla wears. Got some nice shoes. Squatting shoes. Yeah. These are nice, man.
I didn't know.
Nice squatting shoes. Yeah. Neither. Flat squatting shoes. I'll be squatting in these bad boys. And my man. Can't forget about my man who's always been there for me, Cardillo. Steve knows I'm going to be doing some serious squats, so he sent me some sleeves down. Yeah. I'm going to say thanks, Steve. Thanks to all you guys, man.
Now, you must have a couple Cardillo belts with your name on them or Maryland Muscle Machine on them.
Yeah, I do, man. Yeah. I do. I got a few of them hanging up. I got a few of them in the room where I'm sleeping on the floor with me too. So.
Do you know who has the world's largest collection of Cardillo belts?
Who? Lou Ferrigno?
Jose Raymond. That's by far.
Really?
Oh my God! You have no idea.
Wow.
I want to say about 50.
Really? Wow.
I'm not even kidding.
It's pretty awesome.
He's known Steve for like 20, 25 years, and every few months he gets like a couple new belts. So there you go.
Yeah, cool.
Well, we just talked about Sean, so this leads us into our next question. Who is your closest friend in bodybuilding?
I stay in touch with all the guys, man. Stay in touch with everyone. Flax, still Chris Cormier. Dorian Yates, I stay in touch with him. Yep. Even though we haven't spoke going on 2 years, I would still say, Sean. Yeah. Still stay in touch with Jim May and talk to him constantly. Yeah. At least once a month. It's still the same. Still the same, man.
Pretty much everyone, guys you've known for 20, 30 years, basically.
Yeah. Talk to you every week.
That's true. You can't get rid of me.
Robin Chang, family's still there, bro.
They're not. What is your favorite part and least favorite part of bodybuilding? It's a loaded question.
Favorite part is the challenge. I love the challenge. Favorite part is being able to go back into the gym after you took so much time off and watch your body grow. I love that. Like I was in the gym this morning doing abs, and I hadn't did abs. Oh gosh, 6, 7 months, but
Yeah.
doing the abs and lower back,
Yeah.
and it was sore. That feeling is my favorite. The least favorite is 0. I
So there's nothing you
don't have a
dislike.
no
Okay.
because there's nothing. Negativity, I take that, turn it into positivity. The negativity, this and that, whatever it is or whatever, it just drives me to move forward. So every aspect of it, I absolutely just enjoy.
Okay. Do you want to hear my least
Yeah.
favorite part of bodybuilding?
What?
Eating.
Eating?
Hate it. Oh.
Eating.
Having to eat 5, 6 times a
Yeah,
day. To me, that's the only thing I don't like. Everything else I
really.
love. Okay. Last question from Dan is, it's not a question. He just wants to let you know that the first pro show he ever went to was the '92 Night of Champions, and you blew him away with your look at that show. So he got his introduction to the IFBB Pro League, or back then it was just called the IFBB, by watching you win in his hometown.
Oh, wow. That was in 1992. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Good
was a
time.
tough show for me.
Well, yeah, that was your. Now I want to correct. That was your second pro show, right?
Yeah, it was.
Chicago.
That was the first show I won.
Yeah, Chicago was your first pro show.
Yes.
I'm only throwing that out there because the guy that won that, I've been trying to get him on Ron Line. So maybe if you can give you a little.
Terry Pastel?
No, man, Porter Cottrell.
Oh, Porter Cottrell. Yeah. Where's Porter, man?
I believe he's still in Kentucky. He's got a couple kids now. I think he's still a firefighter, but I've been trying to get him on. I mean, he was. So many of the guys now have no idea who that was. No idea.
Wow. Wow.
They've never heard of him.
Porter Cottrell. I've never seen him out of shape. How about that?
Yeah. Okay, now you know AJ, the guy from Norway. Okay, he's got 2 religion questions.
Okay.
So you can answer them or say pass. It's up to you, man. At what age did you find God?
Pastor Levrone in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
God found me, brother. God found me. God said, I knew you when you were in your mother's womb. God knows the end before the beginning. Now, so he found me. He got my attention when my daddy died, when I was 9 years old.
Mm.
That's when he introduced himself to me. And he said, I'm God. I'm going to take you through a challenge right now, but you're going to come out and I'm going to take Dad away, but I'm going to let you gain a world of fans. So that was the exchange, I think.
Hmm.
Daddy died. I went to the gym. My father had never died. I would have went to the gym. My mother, that put the icing on the cake. I continued to go to the gym, continued to follow eating nutrition because they both had cancer. And this was the outcome. That's why I know that God always has a greater plan for us. So that was my introduction to him. Okay. What's the next question?
Well, is he a Catholic? Well, your last name's Levrone. I'm going to assume yes.
Yeah. My father, born in, Italian history background.
Yeah.
But my mother was Baptist, Methodist, Christian church, So she took me to, same kind of faith, Christianity.
Yeah. You know, my wife is Cuban, and they have 2 religions in Cuba, Catholic and Catholic.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah. His last question is, do you speak Italian?
No, I wish, man. I don't.
Do you speak any other languages?
Du bist ganz nos, du wirst so long, we have to don to de igne ola alliance.
What was that? Was that a language?
And then Wiedersehen, spreche Deutsch, little.
Okay.
German.
I mean, you must have picked up, you've been to all these countries. I'm sure you pick up phrases everywhere you go.
Yeah, man. And all from bodybuilding.
Yeah. Right.
Can you imagine that?
Dude,
This sport has given me an education that no college could have offered. No way. No way. No way. Never.
I'm just curious, where haven't you been? You've been to so many places.
Alaska.
Alaska. I'm sure that could be arranged.
Alaska. Never been to Thailand.
Really? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I know Gary Stridham lived there.
Yeah.
Dennis James obviously lived there for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of Americans go over there when they retire.
See, man, what we got? 15 weeks, Ron?
12. It was 12 weeks from the Ohio Arnold this past weekend. Is Australia 3 weeks later?
Yeah.
Is that right, or is it 2 or 3 weeks apart?
3 weeks.
Okay, so yeah, you got 14 weeks from this weekend. My wife's. I showed your picture, your last Instagram post. It was you and who was that big dude in the picture with you?
That was my man. Gosh, he's gonna kill me because I just forgot his name.
I'm gonna have to try to find it.
Not Tom. Can you look it up for me?
I'm looking it up. Well, anyway, she saw the picture and she was freaking out at how large you are now. I said, "Where have you been? Kevin's been big."
That was my man right there.
Okay, so it is.
Tell me.
Sleeping on the floor 15 weeks. Photo with Paul Polekzik.
Big Paul in the house.
What kind? Is this America?
Paul is Poland. Yeah, he lives in Poland, but he lives in Germany, but he's Poland. And Paul just got his pro card. And, Paul is the younger generation. I'm about ready to take Paul to school. I'm about ready to take Paul to school because Paul likes to walk around in his tank top and pull out the quads and everything. I'm trying to tell Paul, hey, Paul, you save that for the stage. Stay covered up, okay?
It's a personal preference.
Because you might walk out on that stage and get a little shy once you see 5,000 or 6,000 people staring at you and you got your little bikinis on. It's going to be different than posing in the mirror, so you might want to save that, right?
I got it. It's personal preference. Like
you know what I'm saying, though, Ron. It's a whole big different story, man. When you walk out on that stage and you got to go ahead and do your thing, and you got people just sitting there looking like this, and then they're not even moving or saying anything.
Yeah, well, I prep people for shows, and I try to get them all to do one warm-up show to get the jitters out, because you're like a deer in the headlights that first time out on stage. Yeah. All you see is bright lights and a sea of people. And it's overwhelming for a lot of guys.
Bright lights, sea of people. You're starting to sweat. You don't know if you're hitting your poses right. You're worried about what the guy next to you. Did he pull his? Did he not pull his? Yeah. Are your arms up right? There's a lot going on. So you need to really, really, really be ready, be comfortable first of all in your body. Not that you're done. Especially when you got a old school veteran legend pulling up next to you, getting ready to pull that famous side chest pose.
Well, there's not many of the old school legends that can still do that. You're like trying to think of who else there is. That's it. It's pretty much just you. So, next question is from Fabian Gym Food. What's Kevin's favorite rowing exercise back? If you could only choose one, and he gives you these three options: barbell rows, T-bar rows, seated cable rows. I know you're not going to pick the cable rows.
It's going to have to be what Dorian Yates taught me, the reverse grip. DY row, reverse grip with free weights. Yeah. Olympic bar, 315 pounds on each side. Shaboom, pulling it up, baby.
Dorian tore his bicep with 455 on that exercise. Yes.
Yeah.
And he still managed to win the symmetry round every Olympia after that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
That's not on you, Dorian.
That just go to show you. No, that just go to show you about how massive his other body parts were. Yeah. Because really, when you think about it, and I know we got a little dispute with this at one of the press conferences. It's like, come on, man. Even though his bicep was like that, but look at everything else.
Yeah. I think Sean used to make a big deal out of that because he said, "How do you win the Mr. Olympia with one bicep?"
Because you blow everybody away with 10 times bigger size back and ripped and everything else.
Yeah,
that's why.
Okay. All right. So the next, I think these next ones are all from him, but I'm not sure. Vin77 probably threw. I think these are actually from Vin because he's contributed more questions to these.
Has he really?
Than anybody else by far. Vin77. So he says, and he put pictures up for this one, so maybe I'll try to throw up the pictures too. In 1991, you looked bigger, but you were less conditioned. At the 1992 Olympia, you looked smaller, but way more conditioned. What happened, or what did you change between 91 Nationals and 92 Olympia? Was it your diet, workout, or drugs? You just put more effort in your prep?
Is he really serious?
Yes. Well,
1991 to 19, what do you say? 91 to what?
so he's comparing your look from 91 when you won the Nationals to 92 Olympia. So I don't know if you actually were bigger at the 91 Nationals. I think you were actually bigger but more conditioned at the 92 Olympia.
1991 Nationals.
Yeah.
I was 236 pounds.
Okay.
I was baby. 1992 Mr. Olympia, where I got second,
Yes.
I was 230,
Okay.
shredded. Now, the difference is the fact that I got in the car and I drove to Red Bank, New Jersey, and 92, I flew 17 hours to Helsinki, Finland on an airplane. Jet lag, got out, probably no food, 2 or 3 days, and we had the show in the ice skating rink. I mean, come on, it was in the wintertime. It was cold.
Yeah.
It was like -5, -6 or something in the place, and we're sitting there in our underwear. It was an ice skating. It was ice on the floor right underneath the stage.
That's awesome.
Because they're going to have a hockey game right after prejudging.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on. All those factors taken into place. These guys need to stop looking at these pictures and consider the distance and travel and fact and where the show was and everything else that happened in between.
So you're saying
Amazing.
nothing really changed as far as your training, your diet with those two shows? Very similar prep?
Nothing changed at all. It's just the fact that the show was, one of them was halfway across the world and the other was down the street.
Yeah.
So travel halfway across the world, you're going to lose 5 or 6 pounds.
So I think here's our chance to give a little props to Robin Chang for taking over the Olympia. You can be damn sure Robin Chang would never have you guys in a hockey rink.
No, he wouldn't, right? Robin, right thing about Robin, what's up, brother, if you're watching this? Robin always take care of us, man, athletes and everything. I remember Robin when Robin was Flex Wheeler's manager.
Yeah. Flex,
right?
Paul Dillette. Do you remember when we all worked for Lou's Wick? Robin had a management side business in there called physical management. And it was,
those were the days, man.
Yeah.
Love it, bro. Love it.
I mean, that's really how I got to know Flex, was through Robin, for the most part. Okay, we got...
I just got to say one thing for the people out there who are getting pro cards or who have pro cards and who's new to this and still green behind your ears. Maybe you had a pro card 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, or whatever it is. Don't burn no bridges. I'm telling you, because the same faces that gave me my pro card in 1991 when I won the Nationals are the same people I'm dealing with right now in my career. The same athletes, the same judges, and the same promoters, the same everything, and it ain't going to change because, they run the sport. So be careful what bridges you burn. Climb up that ladder. Those are the same ladder people you're going to see coming back down. Trust me. We are the history behind this sport.
Yeah.
No, I was just talking to Jim Mann the other day. I said, Jimmy, how long has the NPC been in existence? Jimmy said, well, we started the NPC. Lee Haney was the first overall champion of the NPC, okay?
Yep.
Then Lee won and turned pro. So it was 2 years before Lee Haney won the Mr. Olympia. That's when the NPC was started. So when was Lee Haney's first Mr. Olympia?
Well, the first he won.
80.
He won for the first time in '84. His first, his '83 was his first Olympia. '82, he was the first NPC national champion.
Right. So 80. So Lee was the first. Right. He was the first champion of the NPC.
Right.
So there you go. Yeah. I still talk to Lee Haney. Lee Haney gave me my trophy, overall trophy. Him and Jimmy. So that's the history. That's it.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, it was a long time ago, but it seemed like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
and those faces are still here. So my best advice to people and everything is, hey, man, don't forget where you came from. Never despise the day of small beginnings. But trust me, even you, Ron, you and I knew each other way back then.
Yeah.
It's still that same niche of people.
Yeah.
Still the same niche. The judges, hey man, don't burn the bridges because we got we got an iron connection like that, baby. Bam.
Do you know where I first met you? Do you know where it was? In person? 1991 NPC
I know.
Maryland,
See,
the Maryland Championships in
Nuh-uh.
91. Yes.
What were you doing in Maryland?
Magic Dane was the promoter. I still remember that.
What were you doing in Maryland? Did you compete?
No, Zwick. Zwick flew me and Tim Watson out to Baltimore to cover that show for American Muscle.
Are you serious?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh man.
And you were there. You were just won junior nationals. I think you were in prep for nationals.
What year was it?
91.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you were. You were prepping. For
I
nationals.
won in 1990. Eddie Robinson guest posed in 1990.
So you went from a state champ in 1990 to second in the Olympia in 92.
It's amazing.
You must have been pretty good.
Been a good ride, man.
Okay,
But listen,
yeah.
Don't worry about it, man. Don't forget, I tore my chest at the end of 1992, though, didn't I?
Early 92?
Yeah, I did. I tore it in 1992, going into 93. February, I tore it, 93.
Yeah.
You know what they said? Fly by night. Levrone's done. Nobody never came back from a pec tear. He ain't going to make it. His career is over. Blah, 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 blah. That's all I heard.
Yeah.
That's why I know what I'm doing now.
Well, that ended so many other careers before you. Remember? Barry
That's what I'm saying.
DeMay tore his back, never came back.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, a few other guys I can't quite think of.
A lot
now.
of people.
That was the end for so many guys. Last question, and again, I want to say this is from Ben77. So he says, I saw a video from last year where Chris Cormier was showing Kevin some intensity techniques on leg extensions. Did you like it? And if so, will you use something like that in your prep instead of going balls to the wall on squats every week?
I'm going to use everything in my prep, man. Every single thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to try everything. It's what I do. Go to that crazy zone. Try everything. I'm not set on just doing this. I'm set on torturing my body. So I'll go in the gym and I'll train legs in the morning. I'll go to there and train them again at night. I'll train them 4 days that week if I have to.
Boy, oh boy.
That's what they don't realize. That's what they don't realize. Oh, you can't get his quads up. I'm sorry. Do you know my DNA? Do you have any idea what my blood work looks like? Do you have any idea how much, how much growth hormone is in my body right now, naturally?
Oh, naturally. No, I don't know.
Yeah. You know, no, they don't know.
No.
They don't know. So how can they say, oh, it's impossible for him to put on size? Let me say one thing, and then I'm done. I just got to get this out there, and then I'm done.
Do it.
Then I'm going to answer somebody else's question. Then I got to get ready to go train. I just want to say one thing. For the ones that say, oh, Levrone lost his legs in the early 2000s, okay?
Yep.
Let me tell you what Levrone did in the early 2000s. Last time I trained my legs was 2000. And that's when I patted Ronnie on his belly, and I felt like I should have won the show, okay?
Yeah.
That was the last time I squatted and trained my legs really, really, really serious. And I didn't do it in 2001, 2002, or 2003, because I said, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and put myself through it because they're not going to give it to me anyway. You see? So that's what happened. I didn't squat for 3 months, 2 months, balls to the walls. I didn't even train to really prep for them shows. Maybe 2 months got ready for them. Okay? Yeah. So I know what I need to do and what works for me. So don't sit here and say that I can't do something when you have no idea what I've been doing or what or my approach to training. So don't judge a picture. Don't never judge a book by its cover until you actually know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that out there.
I think it's not a specific case of that applies to you. I think it's general human nature.
Well, I'm not worried about human nature because human nature says that somebody like me not supposed to look my age.
Right. 32, right? 32.
Everybody, God's DNA is different for certain people.
Yeah.
You know, who my age can go in the gym and rep out 500 pounds on bench after not training for 14 years? Who my age can go do 405 behind the neck right now for 6 reps? You know?
Who at any age can do that? Forget about your age.
So it's like, okay, I'm sorry. You do know my DNA. You know all my blood work. You know what my levels are naturally. You know what I'm doing. Yeah, matter of fact, it's like just stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
But like
Unless you want to, just unless you want to. But you know what?
Yeah.
They'll be sitting there, filling the seats up, watching the show.
And when you look good, they'll say, "I knew he could do it. I knew it all along." And you can go back to their posts.
And you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go, boom, done with you.
Shaboom. How could we forget? Well, that is all the questions I had for you, Kevin.
But you know what? I just want to say this also, and I'm gonna let it go. Okay. I appreciate all the support that everybody's giving me, my fans and everything. Steve, for laying down this platform. You, Ron, thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Very well.
Guys, I'm going to be doing this whole thing, and you guys will be able to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, and I'm doing a short reel of this thing, and it's going to be good.
Right. Okay. So every week I'm going to be bugging you to see how the prep's going because everybody wants to know. So
yeah, man, I'm on a mission.
Right on.
And I'm on a mission to. I mean, I ain't gonna say it right now. I just know what I got to do. You know what?
Right.
Somebody told me action speaks louder than words. In this case, it does.
Yeah. My wife always says, "Talk is cheap." Talk is.
And
cheap.
another thing I want to say. Somebody say, "Oh, I pulled out of 2 shows." No, I didn't. I don't pull out of shows. The show that I pulled out 2 weeks from it because my brother passed away and died. Okay.
Right.
That's why I didn't go and do the show. The other one was a guest posing, and it's because I was in India. So I don't pull out of shows. If that's the case, I would look in the mirror and came up with an excuse not to walk on stage as 2016 Miss Olympia. Doesn't matter what I look like. What matters is if you have the balls to move forward regardless of what you're going through. And that's it. So I paid my brother all due respect and had to be there for my family. And that's why I didn't decide. That's why I didn't do the show. What show was that anyway, Ron?
Vancouver. Pro.
Yeah, the Vancouver. So here you go. Shaboom.
Shaboom. All right.
All right.
That has been Ask Kevin 11, or How I See It with Kevin Levrone, 11th edition. Thank you so much, Kevin. Brought to you by Levrone Nutrition, as always. We'll talk to you next week.
I got to get ready to go back into the zone now, baby.